Yo America, it's your boy Trevor, back at it again. This time we're diving into some serious political drama. Picture this, Senator Cory Booker, the man, the myth, the vegan holding the Senate floor for 22 hours straight. That's longer than some people's attention spans, am I right? But this was no joke. Booker was on a mission, a one-man crusade against the Trump administration's wild ride. This wasn't just some random rant though, this was history in the making. We're talking about the fourth longest speech in Senate history. That's right up there with the greats like Strom Thurmond and his epic 24-hour filibuster back in the day. Booker was following in the footsteps of political heavyweights, proving he was ready to fight for what he believed in, even if it meant sacrificing a good night's sleep. Now you might be wondering, what could possibly possess a man to talk for almost an entire day? Well, it turns out Trump was busy messing with Social Security, putting Elon Musk in charge of government efficiency. I know, right? Sounds like the plot of a bad sci-fi movie. But this was real life and people were worried. They were looking for someone to stand up and say enough is enough. And that's exactly what Booker did. He took to the Senate floor with the fire of 1,000 suns, ready to call out Trump's shenanigans. He wasn't just speaking for himself, he was speaking for every American who felt ignored, unheard, and frankly, just plain over it. This was democracy in action, folks, a testament to the power of one voice to make a difference. Stay tuned because things are about to get real. Booker didn't hold back, fam. He went straight for the jugular, calling out Trump's policies for what they were, a threat to America's safety, its wallet, and its democracy. He wasn't just spitting out random accusations either. This dude came prepared. He brought receipts. We're talking letters from concerned citizens worried about their futures. We're talking comments from world leaders, scratching their heads at Trump's latest antics. He even brought up Trump's crazy idea to annex Greenland and Canada. I mean, come on, man, what's next? Trying to buy Australia on eBay? Booker wasn't having it. He knew these policies were hurting real people and he wasn't going to let Trump off the hook. He spoke about healthcare, immigration, education, the economy, you name it, Booker covered it. He was like a one-man Wikipedia of political grievances, dropping truth bombs left and right. And the best part, he didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk. Booker invoked the legacy of John Lewis, the civil rights icon who dedicated his life to fighting for justice. He reminded everyone that this wasn't just about politics. It was about standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. He even channeled the spirit of John McCain, reminding everyone of his courageous vote against repealing Obamacare. This wasn't just a speech, it was a call to action. Booker was telling his fellow politicians and all Americans that we can't just sit back and watch this happen. We have to fight for our democracy, for our values, for each other. And he wasn't going to let anyone forget it, even if it meant talking until he was hoarse. Now, you might think that a 22-hour speech would have people yawning and checking their watches, but you'd be wrong. Booker had the whole nation captivated. Tens of thousands of people tuned in online to watch this political marathon unfold. They flooded social media with messages of support, turning #CoryBooker into a rallying cry for resistance. And it wasn't just the people at home who were feeling the burn, I mean Booker. Democrats in the Senate rallied around their champion, offering words of encouragement and even taking turns asking questions to give him a break. It was like a political tag team match with Booker as the main event. Even Senator Chris Murphy, who knows a thing or two about long speeches, stayed by his side all night, proving that solidarity comes in all shapes and sizes, even sleep-deprived ones. But the support went beyond just politics. There were moments of genuine human connection, like when Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester prayed with Booker before his epic speech. And let's not forget the lighthearted moments that kept everyone going. There was Booker bantering with Chuck Schumer about sports, proving that even in the midst of political battles there's always room for some friendly rivalry. And who could forget Amy Klobuchar's burning question, who's Booker's favorite New Jersey musician? These moments of levity reminded everyone that behind the political theater, there were real people fighting for a better future. It was a powerful display of unity and resilience, proving that even in the face of adversity, hope and humor can prevail. So, what can we learn from Booker's epic filibuster? First off, never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. But more importantly, Booker reminded us that we all have a voice, and we should never be afraid to use it. He showed us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person can make a difference. He reminded us that politics isn't just about power and winning, it's about fighting for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone. Booker's speech wasn't just about Trump or his policies, it was about something much bigger. It was about the soul of America, the idea that we're all in this together, and that we have a responsibility to stand up for each other, especially those who are most vulnerable. It was a wake-up call, reminding us that democracy is a verb, not a noun. It requires constant vigilance, participation, and yes, sometimes even a little bit of sacrifice. Cory Booker may not have single-handedly saved the world that day, but he did something just as important. He reminded us what it means to be an American, to fight for what's right, and to never give up hope. And that, my friends, is something worth talking about even if it takes 22 hours. Stay woke, America, the future depends on it.